Hello, this is our fourth video in our Algebra 2 series. This one's on absolute and rational functions. This is actually the demo video. If you want the full version with all the explanations and more in-depth details, be sure to check out our YouTube channel. And we also have some more videos included as well if you want help on other topics.
So the first function that we're going to introduce in this video is called the absolute value function. And the absolute value function can be written as f of x is equal to the absolute value of x. And the way that this is going to look is we're going to have the function and it's going to come down and go back up and just switch slope immediately. So like Joyce has already said in the intro, I will be able to explain all of these in the full video with very well put explanations, but because it's just a teaser, I'm just going to be giving you the attributes and what it looks like. So the domain of this function is going to be that x is a subset of all real numbers because there are no restrictions. And the range is going to be y is greater than or equal to 0 because there are restrictions below the x-axis. For the x-intercept, we're not going to have an x-intercept, so it's going to be written as that it does not exist. However, we have a y-intercept at 0, 0. So the maximum value of this absolute value function is not going to exist, so we can write this as d and e. However, we can also write it as infinity. And the minimum value for this absolute value function is going to be y is equal to 0. And finally, symmetry. This function is going to be symmetrical with the y-axis, so we write y-axis for symmetry.
And the other function we're going to be going over today is the rational function, or f of x is 1 over x. And the general shape of the graph will look something like this. And following this shape, it should be kind of obvious that it doesn't touch the x-axis or the y-axis. So our domain is going to be x is less than 0, or x is greater than 0, or simply x does not equal to 0. Similarly for y, does not touch the axis. So y is less than 0, y is greater than 0, y is equal to 0. And after moving on from domain and range, the next one should be minimums and maximums. And it should be easy to see here that it extends this way and this way. So minimum is going to be negative infinity, or it does not exist. Maximum is positive infinity, or it does not exist. I just realized this looks a little bit like a double O. That's an infinity symbol. Now, moving on, asymptotes. There are two. There's a horizontal asymptote at y equals 0 and a vertical asymptote at x equals 0. And a key thing to note is that there are no intercepts, and the symmetry is going to be about the origin, since you can rotate it 180 and still get the same image. Now that will be all for our rational function. And just like I said before, this was a really quick gloss over of all the attributes of the graph shape and all of that, but we really didn't go into how we got to these answers. So if you want an in-depth explanation, be sure to check out our YouTube channel and also our teaching center. We do one-on-one tutoring sessions and we teach a variety of subjects, so be sure to check us out. And we also do some trials if you'd like to try it out. Thank you.